Soto Great Spirit Arena, in room number 3 of the VIP area, the members of the Emperor battle team were awaiting the team battle. Just then, the door to the room opened, and a person walked in. The appearance of this person caused all the diverse members of the Emperor battle team to perform the same action, including the captain Yu Tianheng, who was sitting on the sofa. Even the Shi brothers, who were meditating, opened their eyes simultaneously. The 7 of them stood up in place and respectfully saluted the newcomer. Teacher. The person who walked in was a middle-aged man, looking about 30 years old, with ordinary features, simple black hair, and plain clothing. Only his eyes were exceptionally bright. He didn't have the striking appearance of the Emperor battle team members, appearing like an ordinary person. However, the respect he received from the team indicated that he was anything but ordinary. The middle-aged man's expression was somewhat strange, an expression even Yu Tianheng, the captain of the Emperor battle team, had never seen before. Stepping forward quietly, he asked in a low voice, Teacher Qin, what's wrong? A flash of light appeared in Teacher Qin's eyes, revealing a hint of depth in his bright black pupils. At this time, it seems you will meet a worthy opponent. I just got the information about your opponents tonight from the City Lord. This was just confirmed by the Soto Great Spirit Arena. Take a look. As he spoke, he walked over to the sofa by the crystal table and sat down. With a flash of light in his hand, a piece of cloth appeared, which he spread out on the table. The members of the Emperor battle team hurriedly gathered around to look at the cloth. Vice Captain Dugu Yen read aloud, Shrek 7 Devils Team, 7 members, background unknown. Iron Spirit Badge. Teacher, this Shrek team is just Iron Spirit. Do they qualify to battle us in a team spirit battle? Teacher Qin said indifferently, Indeed, a month ago, they were all Iron Spirit Badge holders. However, through this month's battles, their points have reached the Silver Spirit level. Although they haven't been accurately assessed, the Soto Great Spirit Arena has decided to grant them Silver Spirit qualifications in advance to challenge you. According to the City Lord, the Shrek 7 Devils participated in 27 team battles this month, winning all 27. How long did it take you to get the Silver Spirit Badge? Not a month, right? It took a whole year. Windbell Bird Spirit Master Yu Feng said somewhat defiantly, That's because they didn't face strong opponents. They easily won those victories. Soto City can't compare to our Imperial City. Glancing at Yu Feng, Teacher Qin said, According to the City Lord's investigation, the first team spirit battle of the Shrek 7 Devils was against the Mad Battle Team, the same team you faced. You should know the strength of the Mad Battle Team well. Their spirit power levels are not much lower than yours. They lost to you because of the differences in spirit skills and martial spirits. Did the Shrek 7 Devils win? This time, it was Black Panther Spirit Master Oslo who spoke. Vice Captain Dugu Yen rolled her eyes at him. Isn't that obvious? Otherwise, why would the teacher point it out? Yu Tianheng, who had been carefully reading the information on the cloth, suddenly said, Teacher, how could they defeat the Mad Battle Team with such low spirit power? Low? The members of the Emperor battle team couldn't help but look back at the cloth. They carefully examined the information. Shrek 7 Devils Team. Captain, Evil-Eyed White Tiger, Martial Spirit, White Tiger, Level 38 Attack System Battle Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple. Vice Captain, Thousand Hands Shura, Martial Spirit, Blue Silvergrass, Level 32 Control System Battle Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple. Member, Soft Bone Charming Rabbit, Martial Spirit, Jade Rabbit, Level 31 Close Combat Attack System Battle Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple. Member, Evil Fire Phoenix, Martial Spirit, Evil Phoenix, Level 28 Attack System Battle Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow. Member, Ghost Civet, Martial Spirit, Ghost Civet, Level 28 Agility Attack System Battle Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow. Member, Sausage Specialist, Martial Spirit. Sausage, Level 31 Auxiliary System Tool Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow, 1 purple. Member, 7 Treasures Glazed Tile, Martial Spirit. 7 Treasures Glazed Tile Pagoda, Level 27 Auxiliary System Tool Spirit Master. Spirit Rings, 2 yellow. Below this team information, there was an annotation. Since this month, the Shrek 7 Devils have won every team battle. Their true strength far exceeds their levels. Special attention must be paid to the Control System Battle Spirit Master Thousand Hands Shura, whose control abilities are exceptionally strong and can often turn the tide of battle. After reading the information, Dugu Yen couldn't help but laugh out loud. A teacher Qin, who gave you this information? It's ridiculous. A blue silvergrass spirit master needing special attention, and even turning the tide of battle. I bet he couldn't even withstand my first spirit skill. Teacher Qin snorted coldly, causing the Emperor Battle Team members to feel their hearts shrink momentarily. The intense shock made their faces show a hint of fear. Yen, it's excusable for you Feng to be careless. But you, as the vice captain, are underestimating the opponent. With such an attitude in battle, I can almost guarantee you'll suffer a major setback immediately. Dugu Yen stuck out her tongue, but didn't dare to speak further. Although the members of the Emperor Battle Team were unruly, they had utmost respect for Teacher Qin, not only because he was their special instructor, but also due to his strength. Teacher Qin's full name was Qin Ming. He was 34 years old and had just broken through the 60th level barrier at the beginning of the year to become a Spirit Emperor. According to the records of the Spirit Hall, he was the second youngest Spirit Emperor in history, second only to another extraordinarily gifted genius. A 34-year-old Spirit Emperor was the goal for every member of the Emperor Battle Team. Yu Tianheng gestured behind his back for Dugu Yen to stop talking, then asked Qin Ming, "You Teacher Qin, what should we pay attention to with the Shrek 7 Devils team?" From their martial spirits, the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile Pagoda is certainly noteworthy, but their levels are much lower than ours. Even with its assistance, it would only narrow the gap in spirit power. That's probably why they have been winning their team battles. Among the other 6, their captain, the evil-eyed White Tiger with the White Tiger martial spirit, should be notable. Also, the Evil Phoenix martial spirit is something I've never heard of, possibly a mutation. As for the Control System Spirit Master Thousand Hands Shura, I agree with Yen. Even with outstanding spirit rings, his martial spirit is just blue silvergrass. How strong could he be? Qin Ming nodded slightly. Your analysis is calm. We only have this information on the Shrek 7 Devils, so everything will be known when we face them. Remember, never underestimate any opponent. The Soto Great Spirit Arena wouldn't let them challenge you without reason. One more thing, regardless of the battle's outcome, no one is allowed to use lethal force or maim the opponents. Understood? Yen, especially you. If someone gets poisoned by you, detoxify them immediately after the battle. No delays. Dugu Yen asked curiously, "Why? Teacher, didn't you always say there are no family ties on the battlefield, and we must go all out? If we don't injure the opponent, we might get hurt. We can't hold back." Qin Ming smiled bitterly. This time is different. You don't need to know the reason now. After the battle, I will tell you. Time is running out. Let's go. With that, he turned and walked out of the VIP room. As he walked, Qin Ming sighed inwardly. Children, it's not that I don't want to tell you, I hope you face some setbacks. Too smooth a growth can easily break you. Soto Great Spirit Arena's Central Main Spirit Arena. Unlike what the commoners who could only watch in the branch arenas imagined, it wasn't that large. On the contrary, if they came here, they would think it was another branch arena. The Central Main Spirit Arena was only slightly larger than the other branch spirit arenas. The most peculiar aspect was its extreme quietness. There were no open-air stands around it, only a series of enclosed boxes. Behind the one-way crystal glass were hidden VIP spectators with deep backgrounds. These people never wanted to reveal their identities easily here and wouldn't cheer or shout like ordinary spectators. They sought their sense of pride and superiority. Moreover, the stakes here were far larger than all the branch arenas combined. To avoid conflicts among the nobles due to gambling, hiding identities was crucial. At least no one knew who won their money. Even if someone wanted revenge, there was no way. The crystal glass windows, although preventing an outside view of the interiors, glowed under the dazzling golden soul guide lights of the central main spirit arena. The spirit battle platform here was also extraordinarily large, spanning a diameter of 70 meters. Even a battle involving hundreds on both sides could be easily accommodated. In the central main Do Sol arena, there are 12 high-class VIP rooms and 320 ordinary VIP rooms, which are almost never vacant. Each high-class VIP room has its owner, and the ordinary VIP rooms are all fully booked at the beginning of every year. Suddenly, the already bright golden lights in the central main Do Sol arena became even brighter, and instead of scattering in all directions, the lights focused on the Do Sol stage, like a giant spotlight casting a golden beam from above, perfectly illuminating the entire stage. Just from this lighting soul tool alone, one could see how wealthy the Do Sol arena was. In the middle of the Do Sol stage, a circular area with a diameter of 2 meters suddenly rose from the ground, supported by a large golden pillar. Leaning against this golden pillar was a young woman. The woman appeared to be around 18 or 19 years old, dressed in an elegant and beautiful white long dress with long, wavy brown hair. Her ample bosom and captivatingly slender waist showcased an astonishing beauty. Holding a cone-shaped amplifier soul tool, she wore a professional smile on her charming face. "It is an honor to see all of you distinguished guests again," the woman in the white dress said as she stepped forward after the circular platform had risen to its position. She spun around in place and waved to the audience in the surrounding stands. The platform that had brought her up quietly descended back to its normal position without leaving a trace. "It is my honor to host the Team Battle Soul competition in the main Do Sol arena for you again. I hope all of you distinguished guests enjoy yourselves tonight. Today's event is a highlight. We only have this one match tonight. Although both sides are only at the Soul Elder level, they each already hold the honor of the Silver Do Sol badge. If they must be given a title, I think the term genius would be very fitting. I, Dodo, will be explaining the match for you. Now, let me introduce the competing teams. The Emperor Battle Team, Captain, Yu Tianheng, Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master. The Shrek Seven Devils Team, Captain, Evil-Eyed White Tiger Soul Master. As the host, the woman in the white dress, Dodo, skillfully introduced both teams, aiming to build anticipation for each distinguished guest in the audience. All right, I won't say more. Next, let's welcome the team members to the stage. I, Dodo, am also a Soul Elder level Soul Master, and am really looking forward to seeing the wonderful performances of these Soul Masters who are at the same level as me. As she spoke, white light suddenly erupted from the host, Dodo. Her brown wavy hair gained a streak of white, and a pair of pure white wings quietly unfolded from her back. 3 yellow soul rings appeared around her, with a third one glowing brightly. She flapped her wings and soared into the air with her amplifier soul tool. As Dodo had said, she was also a Soul Elder level Soul Master. Although her third soul ring was not the optimal Millennium grade, it granted her the ability to fly, which is extremely important for a Soul Master with a flight-type martial soul. Dodo's martial soul was a gentle and peaceful animal symbolizing peace, a white dove. On both sides of the Do Sol stage, 2 doors silently opened, and the team members entered simultaneously, walking towards the center of the stage. On the left was the Emperor Battle Team. Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master Yu Tianheng led the team, with Dugu Yen habitually leaning close to him. Following them were the Sure family brothers, then Black Panther Oslo and Windchime Bird Yufeng, and finally, the mysterious Nine Hearts Begonia Soul Master Yilingling. Compared to the varied outfits of the Emperor battle team, the Shrek 7 Devils were much more uniform. They all wore the same black tight suits and green masks. Despite their different heights, they clearly looked like a cohesive unit. These outfits were specially made for them by the Grandmaster, worn only during battles. One reason was to better conceal their true identities, and another was to enhance their sense of team unity. Clothing can hide the body, and masks can hide the face, but the eyes cannot be concealed. As soon as both teams appeared, the gazes of Dai Mubai at the front of the Shrek 7 Devils and Yu Tianheng, the captain of the Emperor battle team, clashed fiercely in mid-air. Both men's eyes froze for a moment, and it seemed like the entire Do Sol arena resonated with the sound of a dragon's roar and a tiger's howl. Yu Tianheng felt a chill in his heart as Dai Mubai's evil eyes met his gaze, instantly feeling a strong pressure. He immediately realized that this opponent, who was only one level lower than himself, would not be easy to deal with. With cold stares, both sides' eyes flashed brightly. Even before the battle began, their auras had already clashed. A Soul Masters participating in the Team Battle Soul competition. Please note, you now have 1 minute to summon your martial souls. You may attack only after I announce the start. The match will continue until one side surrenders, is completely knocked out, or is pushed off the Do Sol stage. Floating in mid-air, Do flapped her white dove wings and announced to both teams with her gentle and captivating voice. To the distinguished guests in the grandstands, Do's voice was a pleasure to hear, but to the Shrek 7 Devils and the Emperor battle team members, it signaled that the battle was about to begin. Standing at the entrance of the passageway, where the teams appeared, were their respective team leaders. As the team members faced off against each other, they naturally saw their opponents' leaders as well. Leading the Shrek 7 Devils were the Grandmaster, Flender, and Zhao Wuji. Without VIP status, they could only watch from the sidelines. On the other side, the leader of the Emperor battle team was Teacher Qin. Flender immediately noticed Qin Ming 100 meters away, his expression changing sharply before gradually relaxing, his previously tense emotions seemingly easing a lot. It seems I don't need to worry this time. Wuji, look who's over there. Zhao Wuji also saw Qin Ming, his eyes widening. How could it be him? The Grandmaster looked at the two of them in confusion. Do you know the other team's leader? What's going on? Flender chuckled. It's a secret. I'll tell you after this battle. On the central Do Sol stage, almost simultaneously, all 14 members of both teams released their soul power. 14 strong battle intents soared into the sky, startling Do, the White Dove Soul Master, to quickly increase her height. She had seen team battle stronger than this, but it was rare to see such intense battle intent from both sides. In Do's eyes, there was only one word to describe the 14 people below: strong. As the host and commentator, she no longer knew what words to use to explain this match. She knew that soon, a fierce battle was about to begin. A tiger roar erupted from Dai Mubai, a fiery aura bursting from his body. Accompanied by the crackling of bones, his muscles instantly swelled, claws extended from his tiger paws, and despite wearing a mask, his sharp eyes exuded a wild aura. Under Dai Mubai's lead, all members of the Shrek 7 Devils released their martial souls. Oscar had already distributed his 3 types of sausages before the battle, and Ning Rongrong remained at the back of the group. Xiao Wu and Zhu Zhuqing stood on either side of Dai Mubai, with Tang Sam behind them. Ma Hongjun stood slightly ahead of Ning Rongrong and Oscar, with purple-red flames flickering in his palms. Blue-purple-blue-silver grass quietly emerged around Tang San. With the increase in his soul power, he could now release more blue-silver grass than before. Blue light continuously flickered in his palms, and the blue-silver grass seemed endless, occupying their side of the ground. At the same time, 6 strands of blue-silver grass rose silently, wrapping around the waists of the other 6 members of the Shrek 7 Devils. Under the effect of the blue-silver grass, the The seven immediately formed a unit with Tang San at the center. As the Shrek Seven Devils released their martial souls, the Emperor Battle Team didn't remain idle. The formation of the Emperor Battle Team was completely different from that of the Shrek Seven Devils. Standing at the forefront were not their captain, Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master Yu Tianheng, but the two Xuanwu Turtle Soul Masters, the Shi family brothers. They stood on either side, and as Dodo announced the start of the battle, they both shouted, yellow light rising from their feet, the sounds from their bodies even more intense than Dai Mubai's bone-cracking sounds. Before releasing their martial souls, the Shi family brothers discarded their shirts, revealing rock-like muscles. As they released their martial souls, their shoulders slowly moved forward, their backs half-bowed, and all the yellow light from their soul power gathered on their backs, forming a large dark yellow tortoise shell. The tortoise shell's lines were light yellow, and the Shi family brothers' entire skeleton seemed to change with the appearance of the shell. Not only did the shell appear on their backs, but also on their fronts, while their limbs shortened with the shell's emergence. In the center of the abdomen shell was a large symbol. A faint blue light flickered. 2 yellow and 1 purple soul rings spiraled around their bodies from bottom to top. The turtle shells produced by their martial souls caused their bodies to swell significantly, making the soul rings appear somewhat distorted around them. Dai Mubai's powerful aura was abruptly blocked when the Shi brothers released their martial souls, preventing him from exerting any pressure on the other members of the Emperor team behind them. Through the gap between the Shi brothers, Yu Tianheng was visible. As one of the top beast martial souls, the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon immediately ignited the excitement of all the VIP spectators. A dazzling blue light suddenly glowed from Yu Tianheng's forehead, then spread instantly, descending into his entire body. Blue-violet electric currents erupted like small snakes, slithering around his body. Externally, Yu Tianheng's appearance didn't change much, except for a blue lightning mark on his forehead. However, one part of his body transformed due to the martial soul possession. This single transformation was more thorough than all the changes in the other beast soul masters present. His right arm transformed. The sleeve of his right arm burst into ashes due to swelling, increasing by half a foot in length. The entire arm became extremely large, covered in blue-violet scales, and his hand turned into a claw with the same scales. Each joint in his hand became exceptionally large, with blue-violet electric currents continuously condensing or darting around it. Unlike other soul masters, his 2 yellow and 1 purple soul rings did not hover around his body, but rather coiled around this uniquely transformed arm. Tang San's gaze went past Dai Mubai, carefully observing Yu Tianheng's changes. The master had once explained the top-tier Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon martial soul in detail to him. The Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon differed from other martial souls in several ways. Firstly, as a Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master, the soul rings they obtained must come from dragon-type soul beasts, similar to how Oscar obtained the soul ring from the phoenix-tailed coxcomb snake. Starting at level 30, each time a Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master obtains a soul ring, they gain an additional dragon-like feature. Currently, Yu Tianheng's right arm is the first limb to transform. At level 70, a Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Soul Master can fully transform into a dragon, unleashing immensely terrifying power. They are known as the most fearsome assault-type soul masters of their level. Simply put, if Yu Tianheng and Zhao Wuji were both at level 70, Zhao Wuji's Great Strength King Kong Bear martial soul would be no match for the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon. After all, how could a bear compare to a dragon? Thus, Yu Tianheng's right arm was no longer human but a dragon arm, covered in dragon scales, with a dragon claw for a hand. Behind Yu Tianheng was a greenish area. The red-haired, green-eyed Dugu Yan's body seemed extraordinarily flexible, gently swaying as she clung to Yu Tianheng's back. Her green eyes were exceptionally sharp, exuding a cold aura devoid of any human emotions. A green diamond-shaped scale appeared on her forehead, startling the Shrek Seven Devils as they realized that Dugu Yan's legs had fused into a large snake tail, supporting her body and causing her to sway. Leopard Soul Master Oslo had minimal changes. Dressed in black, even his hair turned black, with a face as delicate as a woman's but pale. His pupils became two vertical slits, exuding an aura of impending danger. Like the others, he also had 2 yellow and 1 purple soul rings. This optimal soul ring configuration seemed commonplace in the Emperor team. The Soul Master with the most significant transformation in the Emperor team after martial soul possession was Wind Bellbird Soul Master Yufeng. Medium-sized wings sprouted from his back. Unlike the White Dove Soul Master Daodu, his wings were brownish-yellow, with feathers that appeared solid rather than soft. Yufeng's wings weren't conjured out of thin air. They were transformed from his arms. Flapping his wings, he hovered in mid-air, observing the actions of the Shrek 7 Devils, while occasionally glancing at the beautiful Daodu in the sky, even whistling at her long legs. Clearly, he didn't take the Shrek 7 Devils seriously. Due to the dense front row of their team, the Shrek 7 Devils couldn't see the Emperor team's auxiliary Soul Master, 9 Heart Begonia Yilingling, from their angle. The overwhelming pressure from the optimal configuration of 2 yellow and 1 purple soul rings was unparalleled. In terms of martial soul quality and soul ring configuration, the Shrek 7 Devils were at a comprehensive disadvantage. These two aspects were their usual advantages against other teams. Although the battle hadn't started yet, the Shrek 7 Devils wore extremely grave expressions behind their masks. For them, this was undoubtedly an unprecedentedly tough battle. Floating in the air, Daodu's pretty face blushed slightly under Yufeng's casual demeanor post-martial soul possession, but she remained professional. With 2 simple words, she lit the fuse to the explosive battle. A begin. With a tiger roar, Dai Mubai charged at the opponents, his white tiger protective barrier covering him in golden light, making him look incredibly imposing. The Sher brothers' expressions remained unchanged, their faces as unyielding as the turtle shells on their bodies. They watched Dai Mubai charge without fear, moving closer to each other to block his path. Their first soul rings lit up, releasing a heavy aura. The yellow light and their thick turtle shells indicated they were ready to withstand Dai Mubai's attack. Dai Mubai stomped heavily on the ground, leaping into the air, his tiger claws extending as he aimed for the Sher brothers' heads. At this moment, Ning Rongrong's 7-treasure glazed tile pagoda amplified his strength and speed by 30%, enhancing his attack speed and power. Although this seemed a minor change, the simultaneous increase in strength and speed could cause significant problems for the opponent's defense. The Shrek 7 Devils had honed their teamwork to perfection over time. With Dai Mubai's soul power and sharp tiger claws, not even rock could withstand his strike. However, the Sher brothers used a simple yet bizarre move to neutralize his attack. Sher Mo and Sher Mo's heads retracted into their chests under the tiger claws, into their hard turtle shells. Dai Mubai's claws naturally struck the tough shells instead. The sound of clashing echoed throughout the arena as sparks flew from the impact of Dai Mubai's claws on the Sher brothers' shells. Dai Mubai's body was lifted by the counterforce, and despite the white tiger protective barrier mitigating some of the impact, the strong recoil from the turtle shell numbed his claws. The black tortoise turtle, known for its strongest defense, was not easy to break. At this moment, a blue figure appeared in front of Dai Mubai. Under the arena's lights, Yu Qianheng's robust dragon arm glowed with dazzling blue light. Before he arrived, blue lightning had already formed a claw in midair, aiming for Dai Mubai's exposed chest. Everything seemed meticulously calculated. As Dai Mubai charged, Yu Qianheng also launched his attack, concealed by the Sher brothers' converging bodies, making him invisible to the Shrek 7 Devils. As Dai Mubai's attack failed and his defenses were down, Yu Qianheng leapt, his first soul ring shining, and unleashed his Thunder Dragon Claw. This was the Emperor team's coordination. Lightning speed was overwhelming. As Dai Mubai noticed the blue figure, the blue-violet electric claw was already at his chest. Even if Dai Mubai could retract his raised arms, he would still have to block with his arms, putting him at a disadvantage. As the most powerful blue lightning tyrant dragon soul master, Yu Qianheng only needed to continue his pursuit, supported by his teammates, to shift the battle's outcome. But suddenly, Dai Mubai vanished. He disappeared right in front of Yu Tianheng. Even the composed Yu Tianheng hesitated mid-air. Dai Mubai couldn't teleport, but don't forget, he had a strand of Tang San's blue-silver grass wrapped around his waist.